Hello everybody, I'm 8-Bit Steve, and this is another 8-Bit episode of Steve's Quest. This is game number 119, 720. This game is also sometimes called 720 Degrees. It was sort of revolutionary at the time to have a skateboarding game like this. The only other skateboarding games that I knew of at the time were Skate or Die, which is more of a event type game where we're playing events. There's that kind of stuff in this game too, but this also has an overworld where I'm kind of driving around. This is the first game that I've done that was on my disqualified game list. Now, this game does have sort of an ending. It has 4 classes. After you beat class 4, it just repeats class 4 again. So the ending to this game is just defeat class 4. And there's not really any requirements to beating class 4, except for you have to progress in the game. And the way you progress in the game is by doing these events. So the game sort of has its own limitations as far as what you're able to do. You have a point system, and at certain amounts of points you get tickets, and those tickets allow you to enter events. But you do start the game with some tickets, so it gives you kind of a boost. The basic idea is, in every event, you want to score points, silver or gold medals, because those give you enough bonus points to get closer to the tickets that you need to keep going in the game. In this overworld area, if you spend too much time getting points, trying to get tickets, this death guy comes out and kills you, and you have a limited number of lives in this game. So as you'll see me jump around and gain points as I'm going, but it's kind of tricky. You have to land the same direction that you're facing, so I have to basically do a perfect 360 on the controller every time to get those points, and sometimes I mess it up. You'll also see me stop at shops and buy stuff. It doesn't really matter that much. You can go through the whole game without buying any of that stuff. It just improves you slightly. It makes you take less damage when you fall for some of the items. Some of the items speed you up a little bit, but overall it doesn't really do much. So I'm going to buy as much as I can. I think there's like one item that I don't buy because I don't have enough money, but again, if you get all the items and you get gold in every event, it doesn't change the game. The ending is the same. You still repeat class 4. So I remember renting this game as a kid. I didn't like it. I didn't really understand how to play it. The instruction manual wasn't too specific on what you're supposed to do, so it got boring pretty quickly, especially since you're doing the same events in every class. They're just slightly more difficult. So yeah, it's not really a whole lot of substance here, but this is originally why I had this game disqualified, but I've since changed my thinking, and I've removed the disqualified game list like I talked about in my Dragon Warrior video, and now it's I'm doing whatever the Mexican runner decided was the end screen for the game, so that's what I'm doing. Also, I'm recording this on my new equipment with my new microphone. Now, there's going to be a little bit of growing pains with this microphone. It's a condenser microphone, so it picks up more stuff than my headset mic does. But I think ultimately it sounds better, and it's just a better quality microphone. But I have to play with the settings a little bit and get the volume levels right. So I messed with it for about an hour here before I recorded this episode, and hopefully the volumes are okay. I didn't want them to be too low or too high, but I think I got it. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot else to talk about in this particular game. I'm just trying to get as many points as possible to have enough tickets. And you'll note the tickets in the top left under my money there. I have 2 at the moment. So the goal, again, in every one of these events is just to score a medal. And it's really not that difficult to score a medal, as you can see. And the way the game decides if you have a gold medal or not is kind of weird. So in the top right, in that last screen, you'll see a meter, and every time I do a trick, it'll boost the meter up. And there's a bronze, silver, and a gold threshold. And I just need to get the meter to the gold threshold. But the meter will slowly decrease as you go, so that's kind of weird also. So again, the controls in this game are kind of weird. There's other tricks you can do also. They're just more difficult. I just stopped to do the 360 there. It took me about 2 hours to figure out how to score points on this half pipe. The controls of it are just super wonky, and anyone who first picks this game up and tries to play it is going to crash constantly. But yeah. Essentially, when I'm going up a ramp here, I have to press the opposite direction and then press back in the other direction to let go. But it changes when you invert. So when I'm skating to the right, I have to press left then right, and then when I'm skating to the left, I have to press right then left. So it gets a little weird. Anyways, I'm going to try to release as many episodes as possible now that I have recording equipment that's reliable, and I want to get some of these episodes out there. I have a ton of backlog here from things I did over the New Year's holiday and Christmas. I'm also going to be releasing some episodes recently, or soon, that I recorded on my AVS, so that'll be in HD quality, so I'm looking forward to getting feedback on how that looks going forward. And the AVS is really useful to me because it allows me to record in 2 different locations. I can take my AVS and record basically anywhere mobily instead of having to have a large CRT TV and the original Nintendo with me. So it's very, very useful. And it's smaller. It's just a lot more convenient than the original hardware is. So, and so far, I've loved the AVS. It's been really, really great. I like the way it looks. It's worked on every TV that I've tried it. I haven't had any issues with it at all. Aside from one small thing is, I was attempting to record Back to the Future, and when I got to the 3rd level, there's a section where you have a guitar and you're trying to catch notes, and one of the sprites was just completely black and it blended in with the background, and I couldn't play it. And I wasn't sure if that's something to do with the AVS or maybe it's the TV. So later this week I'm going to try playing it on the original console on the CRT and see if that corrects the problem. So, but other than that, I haven't noticed any issues. So yeah, I've got a lot more disqualified games coming up here. Let's see this list. Got about 10 of those, and then a bunch of other games, including 2 world records. I have the world record for Kung Fu Heroes, which is a game that not a lot of people know about, but it's something that me and my cousin played a lot when I was a kid, so I decided that I wanted to run it, and I got the world record. It's been approved by Speed Demos Archive. It will be posted up very, very soon. I'll be linking that on my website and my Facebook page and whatnot when that's officially live. And I'll be posting the episode, obviously, on Steve's Quest. I also have the world record for a game called Princess Tomato and the Salad Kingdom, which is another game I played a lot as a kid. It's a sort of a point-and-click adventure game like Shadowgate or Deja Vu, except for it's based on fruits and vegetables, which is sort of weird, but it's a really cool game. That game is currently in verification, so I have no doubts that it's going to be accepted. It's very, very fast, so you'll be seeing that pretty soon. And I'm also working on other speedruns. I don't have a specific one that I'm working on, but don't want to give too much away, but me and a friend are working on a 2-player speedrun at the moment that I'm pretty excited about. Unfortunately, it is not NES related, but I'm in the market to find other NES games to speedrun that I'm sort of kicking some ideas around right now. And just so you guys know, a lot of these games that are disqualified are going to be really, really short because a lot of them are they're weird. They don't have linear progression like this game does. This game is sort of a in between there in the gray area because it has an end, so to speak. It doesn't have an end screen, but it does have a linear progression where you can get to the last level and something ends. You've completed every level in the game. But some of these games like Color a Dinosaur, for example, you'll see it's just a coloring book. I mean, you pick a dinosaur, you color it. So there's not really anything for me to do other than color a dinosaur. So a lot of them are going to be really, really short coming up. And I'm trying to systematically pick out categories of games like game show or board game and get those eliminated. That's that guy I was telling you about, the death guy. He came and got me because I wasted too much time getting points. But that's only one life, so no big thing. And as long as you get silver and gold in every event, or gold in every event, you shouldn't have that issue with the points. But it's hard. This game is difficult to master. It should be enough points there. Yep. So yeah, I didn't play this much. I definitely remember renting it, playing it for about a day, and then taking it back. Skateboarding was a really big thing in the late 80s, early 90s, and every kid that I knew had a skateboard. I definitely had one, and playing a skateboarding video game, was something we really wanted. But this isn't really. It's not really good. I mean, it's not fun to play this. It's sort of frustrating, especially with the controls being so difficult. Now, if Tony Hawk or something had came out back then, that would have been awesome. But we just didn't have that technology at that time. So as you can see, as we go along these classes here, they get more difficult. This one's super hard, as you can see. Awesome. Yeah. Actually, I don't think that one actually gets harder. I think it's the same. But I know a lot of the ones that use the jumping do get harder. So I don't know if anyone is actually going to notice this, but in the top right, my logo there is now gray. Sort of a weird story about that. The original logo has a black border, including a black handle on the sword there, and I had made one that had a white outline on it, so that it would be seen on black backgrounds. Well, I lost some graphics recently with my hard drive crash that had my Dragon Warrior videos and other stuff on it, and I didn't have one that had a white border around it. So it seems like a small thing to make a white line all the way around the logo, but it's actually really time consuming. It's probably like it's probably 1 to 3 hours for me to do that, and I just didn't really feel like doing it, so I just colored the hilt gray for now. Not real concerned with it, honestly. I might upgrade the logo eventually in a few weeks, but for now it's going to stay like that, because I'm more concerned with getting the games recorded and getting the episodes released. So yeah, this microphone, some very nice people donated to help me get this microphone. I'm very excited by it. It's going to help out a lot when I have dual people on the show with me, and just overall improves the quality of Steve's Quest, which is what I want to do. And I want to continue to do that, and I'm going to continue to release stuff and hopefully finish this out as fast as possible. I finished last year with 118 games, and while that's not what I wanted, I took 3 months off as well, and in the first 2 months I didn't release many episodes, so it wasn't really a full year. This year I want to go more hardcore and be more specific about, or systematic about, how I'm doing the games, and I think that's helping. I've already done a lot of games in a short period of time using a systematic approach, and I think speedrunning has helped me a lot. Just beat stuff and learn how to get to the end of the game quicker than I was previously. And also, I'm spending more time on it. It wasn't until probably 4 or 5 months ago that I really started spending a lot of time on Steve's Quest. It was sort of a casual thing, but now I really want to finish it, and pretty soon I'm going to be starting Twitch. I wanted to already be doing that, but it's difficult because I don't know. There's just a lot of unknown stuff at the moment, but I want to start that very, very soon. Probably after AGDQ is over, I will start doing that. So here's a list of stuff that's coming for those interested who are still watching this pile of garbage video. Gilligan's Island, Adventures of Lolo 2, Tom Sawyer, a game called the Stanax, California Games, Color Dinosaur, Jurassic Park for my friend Michelle, that's coming, that'll probably be next. Kid Nicky, Kung Fu Heroes, which is a world record, Mickey's Adventures in Numberland, Taboo the Sixth Sense, Tiny Toon Workshop, Track and Field, Videomation, Wacky Races, Wizards and Warriors, Archon, Monopoly, Chessmaster, Battle Chess, Bad Street Brawler, Princess Tomato, which is a world record, and the 4 Sesame Street games, which are Sesame Street 1, 2, 3, Sesame Street ABC, Sesame Street Countdown, and Sesame Street Hide and Speak. That's about 27 games that are going to be coming soon. Well, 27 including this one. There's a bunch more, but that's the current list of things I want to get out of the way before I crack into the stuff that I've recorded, in the last several days. Alright, we're in Class 4. We're almost done with this game. Two more events. I have one ticket, so I need at least one more ticket, but I have an event. Oh, at the top left, you see that little meter there? That's your life meter. And as you skate in the overworld, that's what determines whether that death guy comes out to get you. As soon as that ends, see, it's going to tell me to hurry up, and then this guy's going to come for me. But I'm going to make it. Sorry about that, my phone alarm went off. So yeah, apparently when you don't finish the event, you don't get any bonus points, which really sucks. So it tells you there that I get a ticket at 115,000, which is pretty cool that it tells you what the next amount is. I'm really close to it. There we go. Alright, last event. So you're going to see here in a second, I'm going to finish Class 4, and it's going to restart. It says Class finished, and then it's going to go right into Class 4 again, which is the end of this game. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next game, and many more coming.